I'm
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the interview LA edition. And today I'm very excited because I got a family member of mine, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing, this man, I'm just lucky for him to be a family member of mine, but he is literally an LA legend. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about, Johnny Fresco from Dead Fresh Crew, man. What's up, man? Thanks for coming through, bro.
thank you for having me, bro. Thank you for
Now,
calling me a legend.
hey, no, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you why I said that because before I knew you, who you was, I had already seen your brand and your clothing, so I recognized the brand before I even knew who you were, and that's a lot.
Yeah,
That says a lot for so I heard somebody say your reputation should arrive before you do,
uh,
in any room, and I was like, wow. So
hey man.
in that situation your reputation arrived before you did, and I thought it was just dope that we was able to be mixed in family. So, anyways, man, thanks for
Appreciate
coming through, bro. I appreciate you. But as we get started, I want people to know a little bit about you. So, introduce yourself. Tell people who you are and what you do.
Hey, what's up? My name is Johnny Fresco. That is a stage name, my own name given to me. What I do is I'm an entrepreneur. You could say that. I don't really use that word a lot because it comes with a lot of weird connotations. Uh, I'm more so a designer, an artist, talent, just a creative. I like to draw. I mean, when you break it down to it, I like to draw, and always wanted to be an artist who could survive off of his work, as opposed to like it being worth something when I'm not here. And the medium I chose was clothing because I mean, I love clothes, bro. I've always been into like what I wore since I could remember, like elementary school. Um,
But even did you start making your own stuff back then too?
yeah,
Oh,
so
okay, really? In elementary school, you was making your own clothes.
Uh, not in elementary. I wouldn't say I was making them, but I was definitely like curating my outfits, like to the point where I had like this yellow and green vest. I have a school picture with it, but my parents tell me I wore that vest like 4 times a week. And they were like, "Bro, you wore it with everything," and like it didn't matter because it was your favorite vest. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." Like, if I have something I'm rocking with and I really like it, like I'm rolling with it heavy. And I would say around high school is where I started to actually make clothes. Where we would go to like Melrose, we would go to like the
Like downtown and like actually grab the
yes.
stuff.
Well,
Okay.
we weren't even going downtown yet, bro. I
Uh,
wasn't even like in high school. I wasn't even. I wish I was actually because we would have made so much money. But we were just going to Melrose because we were going to like Sporty LA. We were
mm-hmm.
going to like I think no, was Teenage Millionaire a thing? No. Maybe it was around that time, but they had like other vintage stores that we were going to, t-shirt shops,
Right.
and they would have patches like Homer Simpson, 8 ball, like just different stuff. So we would go get security like t-shirts with the button up. It had the flaps before they got popular, and we would put our patches on there, and that was like our custom shirt. And since me and the homie went to different schools, um, we would share clothes, bro. Like, oh, bro, nobody saw me wear this one, yours at my school. Nobody saw you, with mine at your school. So let's swap out, and then shit, that's a whole nother outfit. And and people was like, man, damn, dog, like, where you get that from? Where y'all, And we like, oh, bro, we made it. You know what I mean? This is 1-on-1 type shit. And they were fucking with it heavy, bro. And the light bulb didn't go off to like start selling people clothes then, but I remember like shortly after high school, we started making music at my homie's apartment, Steve, and we were actually listening to a lot of those raps on the way to our show in San Diego last weekend, me and Snacks, my partner. And I realized a lot of my raps were about like how fly I was, how fresh I was. And it was like,
Yeah.
okay, I was rapping about like the stuff we were making. You know what I mean? Because it's like we weren't selling it, but I had lines like I should advertise my style and sell it to kids. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like,
So
bro, I
so
was on this early.
okay. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the early days of Johnny because you were from LA. All right,
Yes,
and
born and raised.
this show is created to highlight those LA stories such as yours who've been born and raised here and that's created a successful career for themselves. So what was it like growing? Like what? Like tell people where you grew up, what cities, and a little bit about your childhood.
I grew up in Gardena, for the most part, is where I would say I sowed my seams. I sowed my seams in Gardena.
And for people who don't know where Gardena is, let's say it's like right next door to Inglewood.
Yeah,
Can we say that
we got Inglewood, Carson, Hawthorne, Torrance, and Gardena is like
right there?
in the middle.
Okay,
So
yeah,
we, you
because
know,
we
the
yeah, because
freeway city.
some people don't know where that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue.
So we the freeway city at the end of most freeways, the 91, the 105. Can't think of the other ones, but you'll probably end up in Gardena or you at least pass through. And that's where we're from, man. A little industrial type city where I know a lot of like the old. I think I don't want to be wrong, but like the Japanese from the war, they were there. So it's like a lot of that is built for them.
Oh yeah, because it is a large Asian community in Gardena, which is like in like a little pot right there, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's real like that's where all the buildings and the industrial like that's.
I didn't know that.
So we spent a lot of time running through those buildings, just like being badass kids and stuff. So that's where we were raised, bro. And it was a nice city, man. It wasn't too crazy. We did have a gang, couple cliques, but it wasn't like super hard growing up there. I mean, I remember times where it was, homies, us really getting chased by the gangs and stuff like them trying to put us on, but it wasn't nothing that was like to us it was like kind of normal, bro. So it wasn't like
Yeah,
it wasn't weird.
this is the I like to ask this question too because everybody that's from here kind of has that similar experience, right? About when you from LA, you're going to experience some type of gang encounter. So,
Yeah.
what how would you say is different? Those encounters are different in Gardena versus everywhere else in LA.
I mean, I wouldn't say it wasn't as active, or at least, maybe I just wasn't around the stuff that was as active. I was outside, but I don't remember a lot of different like shootings coming through and just stuff like that. But I do remember like us being young and like older homies like slapping up the younger homies, beating them up, like just doing stuff like that. But our play was always basketball, man. Me and my homies, we like, bro, we play basketball. We not even.
See, and
We're
that
not
was
on that.
and that was my next question. What was it that kind of kept you out of that?
Sports, basketball,
okay.
and just having a solid group of homies who was on the same thing. Because we noticed, like around 8th grade, we had a bunch of the people we had sleepovers with, because we was all on the same basketball team. So it's like, oh, we got a tournament this weekend. Let's have a sleepover at the homie house or at my house or whatever. But around 8th grade, 9th grade, you started to see people make different decisions as far as getting put on the hood and stuff like that. So
Right.
we had to start refining our like friend group, not like Xing them out because it's like you still the homie, but it's like, yeah, we can't spend too much time together.
Did you go to did you go to Gardena High School?
I went to Gardena for 3 years, and then I finished at Redondo my last year.
Okay, I played Pop Warner for Gardena, so I always got love. I was a Mohican.
Yeah, Mohicans, baby. We won the first championship for the Mohicans.
Yeah, man, that was dope. Yeah,
I was a lineman though, so don't let me cap.
Word,
bro.
you was.
I was the skinniest nigga, a lineman, bro. I'm skinny now, but if you see me when I was then, bro, I was skinny as fuck, bro, playing D line.
Wow, yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. I would give you like receiver or something like that.
Nah, bro, I was nice at receiver. Like my brother, Dewan, you know my brother. He used to have me in the front yard videotaping me, bro, doing sideline catches, one hand catches, diving catches. I was nice, bro, but
yeah, it just that's where it went. So
I was a D lineman, bro.
That's crazy. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Number 71.
Oh wow, bro, you. Yeah, for sure.
Nasty.
Okay, so you go from playing basketball in high school. Was that the career path that you wanted to choose for yourself? Did you like when you were in high school or before? Did you was like, I'm gonna go play ball? Was that the goal?
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. My uncle Stan actually was like, man, we thought you was going to the NBA. Because I was nice, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, and people can't see you sitting now. You probably you like
6'4"? Yeah. I was nice, but I wasn't that tall. I was about 5'10" until 11th grade. And then from 11th grade summer to 12th grade, I grew to 6'4", bro.
Wow.
So I wasn't always short. Like I was always like a little taller as a kid, but yeah, 11th grade, I just shot up. And I mean, I thought I was going to the NBA too, bro. I was really good. I put in a lot of time playing basketball, and I just lost the love for the game. It
Mm.
happened slowly, bro. I was just telling my wife this the other day. Like, I think it was high school. Um, I remember going to Gardena ninth grade, and the coach's son was like, "Bro, you're going to be on varsity." And he was like, "I like my dad's a coach. I already know, bro. We need a point guard. Like, you're going to be on var." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Sounds good." I was nervous as fuck, but we played against them, bro. And I held my own, bro. I was that good. And when I didn't make the varsity team, that was a little discouraging. And
Right, right.
I ended up being on freshman, bro.
Ah,
Like,
so you ended up on JV.
not even on JV. I was on
Right, right,
freshman, which was like super discouraging. And
right.
that first year I left Gardena, and I tried to go to Redondo the first time, my ninth grade year, but I flunked out because the difference between city schools and
Oh,
going to
trust me.
Redondo.
Oh, I know, bro.
I went from having a backpack with no books and never getting homework to having books and getting homework every day. And I was like, bro, what are y'all doing to me? Why are y'all like doing this? We don't do this where I'm from.
No, so you decide, okay, somewhere in high school, like go into I'm not going to it's not gonna be sports.
It was the main moment was it wasn't even that it was not going to be sports, but it was the moment where I realized I started to not love basketball as much. Well, let me correct that. I love basketball still to this day, but like my dream started to switch because it was like uh 12th grade when I finally went back to Redondo. That summer prior, I was playing AAU with this Beach Cities team that had Redondo players on it and Gardena players on it. One of the other players that was like the second best player under me. Um, and when I went to Redondo, this player who I'm not gonna name told the city that I didn't live in Redondo. So I got suspended. I played the first tournament and Gardena entered our Redondo's tournament for the first time ever that year. Um, we played well. I was like the second leading scorer on the team throughout the whole tournament. I was starting. I took the guy's spot who I came to take. uh, and then after that tournament, they were like, "Yeah, we got tipped that you don't live in Redondo." They called me into the office. They started showing me pictures of like the address I was using, the apartment, all this stuff. I'm
Ah,
like, yeah, that's my apartment. But I had never seen it. I
right,
didn't
right.
know
You
what
don't
the
know
fuck it
who's
looked like.
living
I was like,
there.
yeah, that's it. They're like, yeah, is that it or is this it? I'm like, oh, y'all trying to
I mean,
trick me, bro.
what your mom said was mom's
Yeah,
like
my mom wasn't having that shit, bro.
right.
She and that kind of left a lot of bad blood between that same coach where
Mm.
from Redondo from Gardena that was largely hating on me for the most part.
Right, yeah, because he sold you out.
Yeah, and my mom went off on him. She chewed him a new asshole, and then even the current school, she was on their ass about just like calling me in and basically interrogating me about like my address and stuff
Right,
like
right,
that.
right, right.
Because I was
Without
just
her, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
not
was
an
still a
adult.
minor, so it was
Yeah.
like they called me in and interrogated me, and then I ended up getting suspended for like the next 10 to 14
So
games.
it was a whole thing that just kind of just it wasn't just like like you had a process like you said that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
took you away from you. Like, man, all this is just too frustrating.
It was frustrating because
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
there to do what I needed to do, and I did that. And
Right,
then this event caused like my current teammates at Redondo to be off of me because we were going to have to forfeit all the games I played and potentially
right.
this
Of
season.
course. Yeah.
So they like, man, this
They
nigga came here
mad.
and fucked
Right.
everything up. You know what I'm saying? And also in that same moment where I missed those games, I was the top defender, so I was gonna guard Aaron Afalo. I was gonna guard Kevin Love. I was gonna guard all these people, bro, and I missed
Hmm.
all those games.
Wow.
All those
Wow.
games to
Yeah.
showcase my talent. So I was like, bro, I missed all these games.
And that's so I can understand why you get discouraged and then so you say, okay, I'm done with basketball.
I wasn't done yet, but that was like the first like
Right. With
uh,
that was on that started the path to I'm off of this and you start looking elsewhere and you said like you said you was already making your own clothes and the
mhm.
fashion. When did you decide to jump into clothing full time?
I would say it was about 2011. I was at Santa Monica, same deal, playing basketball. It's something with basketball. I was playing basketball, and I remember this is one sorry ass dude. I mean, sorry as hell. The coach brought him in, and he was on my ass for something, bro. And it was like I understood that because it's like I could take constructive criticism, but he was basically telling me like, "Oh, he's gonna make the team before you do," and that shit blew. I cussed it. I was like, "Nigga, you must got me fucked up. That nigga sucks, bro. I'm sorry, bro. He sucks ass, nigga. I'd chew that nigga every day of the week, bro. He's terrible." And that from that decision, I was like, bro, you know what? I had red shirted a year because the coach prior wanted me to play center because I could jump. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like at that point, I was windmilling, doing certain things like that because I was just like all about dunking and
Right.
shooting. That's all I wanted to be able to shoot and dunk. That's
Right.
it. I didn't care. So I could, of most of the players, like I was one of the higher jumpers. There was a couple other dudes, like my homie Art. Yeah, that nigga had crazy bounce. So it was like I wasn't on his level, but yeah, me and him were supposed to play center, and I was like, bro, I'm not no center, bro. I know I'm tall, I know I can jump, but I'm not a center. Like I'm not willing to. I want to be
I
on the
mean, I
court,
mean,
but
I mean, at 6'4", that's not really much of a center, but so you end up being at Santa Monica College, right? So for
Santa
people,
Monica College, and I
Santa Monica College.
redshirted, and then that coach got fired, and then a new coach came in who brought in this sorry ass dude, and he was telling me that this dude was gonna play over me, and I was like, yeah, I'm not staying here, bro. And I was like, I'm focusing on clothes. I was making clothes for my teammates. I was making clothes. We were throwing parties for the basketball team.
Yeah, so you was already making clothes at this point, right? When you were at Santa Monica College. Now, Dead Fresh Crew wasn't yet a thing, was it by then?
Nah,
Okay,
it
so
was
I
called
want to.
Brainstorm.
Okay, so Brainstorm was your first. Talk about that. Where did that come from?
Brainstorm came from I was obsessed with ice cream, BBC ice cream. Their logo, the crossbone and the ice cream. So what I would do was I would draw BBC logo. I would draw. It was a few companies, Girl, Diamond, like all these companies, mostly skate companies. I would draw all their logos on a piece of paper, and then I would just draw my potential logo with all of those. I'm like, if it don't stand right next to these, then it's trash. And
Mm.
I came up with the cloud. It was a cloud with the thunder, which meant like I was thinking of like brainstorming ideas. So I'm like, oh, a storm, a cloud, a storm cloud. And then I was so obsessed with the crossbones, I'm like, a storm cloud with crossbones behind it. And it was like, boom, that's it right there. Once I seen that come together, I was like, yep, that's the logo that's gonna stand the test of time. And that's the one I have on my left hand,
Okay, all
tattooed
right,
on my
yeah,
left
yeah,
hand.
yeah.
And what was cool about that was it was called Brainstorm. What led to Dead Fresh Crew was that we were selling Brainstorm T-shirts to people, but only the crew had Dead Fresh Crew on the back of theirs. So everybody else would get a general Brainstorm T-shirt, but ours would have Dead Fresh Crew at the top.
Now, what was the purpose of that? Now, hold on, wait, hold on. I don't want to pass. I want some details real quick because
Absolutely.
you said so it was Brainstorm first, and then now you're selling T-shirts. Okay, you said forget basketball. Where do you start selling clothes at? Online? Were you in stores? Were you pulling the baby boy and walking into the
walk into the dress
yeah,
shop?
yeah, dress shops, you know what I'm saying? $40, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to know what the process was when you started to make these Brainstorm T-shirts. You started off with just T-shirts, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so you was making these T-shirts, and where would you go sell them at?
We were selling them. So we had block parties. I don't know if you ever been to one on our street.
I don't think I've been in a block party now.
So we had block parties that were popping, bro. I mean, people still act. We haven't had one in like 6 years, and people still be like, "Oh, block party this year." We're like, "Nah, bro, it ain't happening in a minute." So around that time, we were having people pull up on us at the house because it was mostly homies. We were selling the shirt, and then the block party was the one where it was like we made a whole bag, like bunch of shirts, different colors, and we sold out of them shirts, bro.
Because this is what, like 2012 or something like
This
that?
is like this might be even earlier, bro. It might because Dead Fresh Crew was 2011.
Okay, so even earlier than that. So
We really the first time I've ever done anything was 2007, like clothes, you know what I mean, like branding something, brainstorming everything. It was 2007, but it wasn't a website. It was just like
yeah, that's what
we
I'm.
was
So I'm
going
trying
at
to
it.
find out how did people know about getting these shirts? Like, how
They
did
just
people
seen
know?
us wearing them, bro. We was wearing them, and like, I mean, I don't think it was no social media and stuff like
That's
that.
what I mean, Facebook was really it.
So people just
But
seen us wearing them, bro, and we was like, I mean, we were making some. We wanted some to match every pair of shoes, so we were going to Costco's and getting transfer paper, and then switching the colors on the brainstorm to match the shoes, and then printing it out on the printer, cutting it, ironing it on, and it's like you get one wear out of this shirt, bro. You
oh,
wash it,
you're
it's
right.
a wrap. It's a wrap. So we
Okay,
like,
right. That's when so y'all was the old school. I remember people used to have the big box pictures on them. People
yeah.
would just iron them. Okay, so
Yeah,
this is what y'all was doing.
we was
Okay.
doing that, cutting it, cutting it out so you didn't have all the extra white paper
Right,
around it,
right.
and then pressing that shit on,
Wow.
doing it on the back, like just lining up all the shirts, bro.
And y'all selling these, y'all ironing shirts and y'all selling these.
And we telling people like that's how I got in the habit of I started getting in the habit of giving people extra stuff with they order, like whether it be like a shirt or socks, especially if I take a little while. Because sometimes, we go do shows and then I get orders. I'm like, damn, I got to reprint that shirt. If it take me a little while, I'm like, let me send them a free shirt. But that came from that era where it was like, I know this shirt is going to fuck up, bro. So I'm going to give you another shirt because the minute you wash this shirt,
It's over.
it's a wrap, bro. You're not going to be able to wear it no more. So at
But-
least you'll have another one. Like,
and
pull
people
out.
kind of forgive you with that. you
Yeah.
know?
And they was rolling with it, bro. And they like, but the thing that got us was there was two things. People started wanting Dead Fresh Crew in the back of their shirt. And we like, nah, that's crew exclusive. Like you can get the shirt, but you can't have that. And then the super nudge came from
So for people listening out there, so y'all selling brainstorm t-shirts,
yeah.
and just the people that's a part of the creative crew. The crew literally was wearing Dead Fresh Crew on the back of. Now, did y'all have that logo yet, or y'all just wrote it out?
We had that logo, but it wasn't like centered
with
like how it is now. It was like it was a little more like rough, bro.
Okay.
It was rough around the edges. But it was working, bro. It was working for us. And we were heavy in that we weren't giving everybody Dead Fresh on the back of their shirt. And then we were like, all right, this brainstorm thing, we just sold out of shirts at the block party. Like, all right, this shit jumping, bro. Let's trademark it. And then I went to trademark brainstorm and it was already taken. And that was like my first lesson. And like, oh, okay. That's my first business lesson that I could think of. It's like, all right, damn, we devastated because it's like, fuck, we put all this energy into a brand. And the name is live trademark. And it's like, fuck, bro, fuck. What are we gonna do? So in that period, it was like coming up with a bunch of different names. I came up with Bill Birds, Snacks and Jay,
everything except what was on the back of
everything
the shirt.
except for Dead Fresh Crew, bro. Because I thought Dead Fresh Crew was not a clothing line name. I like, bro, that's not it's cool to call our crew that, but it doesn't sound like Diamond or like
Right.
BBC or something like that. So I tried notebooks. I tried so many names, bro. And eventually Snacks was like, bro, just use Dead Fresh Crew. Like people are asking for it. They want that. Like just use that, bro. People ask for it, just use it. I'm like, I'm like hesitant. And then I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, bro. It's original. It's not trademark. Like let's lean into it. And that was that.
And I remember correct me if I'm wrong, y'all got the name from a Young Jock song, correct?
Young Dro.
Young Dro. Okay, yeah.
I was heavy on T.I., bro. I thought T.I. used to be like, T.I., my pops, bro. He hard. And he put a snippet in one of his albums that came out of Young Dro's album. And of course, we listened to it like, yeah, okay, let's see what's on here. And he said, Dead Fresh. Hoes be like, damn, it's a mannequin. And we like, wait, what? And we like, damn, the mannequins do wear the freshest clothes, bro. So we like, we could be the Dead Fresh Crew, like a crew full of mannequins, basically.
Right.
That's the shit. That was
it.
As simple as that.
So now Dead Fresh Crew is here. It's official, DFC. And how do you take that now? Okay, cool. I went from a block party, but now your clothes are seen on many celebrities. I mean, I'll just be walking, or I'll just be out and I'll see it like, yo, that's my guy Johnny,
Yeah.
How did you get to that point? Like now that's here, like what did you have to do to start getting it in people's face now? I mean, social media is one thing, but I feel like it's more than that.
I told people when I tell people who started, I'm like, bro, I gave away so many shirts. I still give away shirts off my back if somebody complimented. You know what I mean? Genuine enough.
Hey, hold on real quick, because I want people to know how true that is. Because I'll never forget this. And this when I started, I was in my dad's basement.
Yeah.
Oh, and my guy Mike Bush complimented you on the jacket.
Yep.
And I remember the jacket was like $300 or something like that that you were selling it for, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, I like that jacket." He was like, "Yeah, you like it?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You want it?" And he was like, "What?"
Yeah, people don't know how to take that. Most people don't know how to take that.
And bro, and literally, like, you start taking it off, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, like you can have it." Yeah. And let me tell you, bro, that was a life lesson for me, bro. And I don't know if I ever got to tell you this, but the generosity that you showed for somebody that you didn't even know, you know, and because you understood that it was better for them to have it than for you to have it. The understanding and it was just a moment in which I took that and I never forgot it. And that made me start giving away things to a fault, actually.
Thank you.
To a fault. And I give away too much stuff now. But I got that from you. When I seen you do it, the impact I felt like it had on not just him, but anybody around. And the fact that you do that commonly, man, where does that come from? What makes you want to give people just stuff that you wearing off your back? Because you got me doing that.
You know what, bro? I went through a moment, and my wife can attest to this because she was probably the only person that was hanging out with me. I went through a moment, bro, where I gave away everything. I had shoes because I worked at Sporty LA. I was always an avid collector of shoes. I had a bunch of kicks, bro, bunch of clothes. And one day I was just like, bro, I don't want this material stuff to be more important than other things in my life. You know what I mean? Like, it's still material at the end of the day. So I remember people thought I was really bugging. They'd be like, bro, are you on like drugs or something? You tripping out? You going through something? But I gave away every shoe, bro. People was like, you don't want me to pay you for it? I was like, nah, bro, you can have it. You want it? It's your size. He's like, people take them. They don't take them. They think I'm tripping. I remember I gave away everything and I wore one outfit, bro. I had a Cubs jersey from Holly Park. It wasn't even official. It wasn't even a real Cubs jersey. It was a Little League Cubs jersey, a pair of jeans, and some Aldo shoes, bro. And I wore that shit for like a few months, bro. Same outfit all the time.
So let me ask you this, because now, you know, Dead Fresh Crew is not a t-shirt company by no means. I mean, literally, probably down to the drawers, you probably got Dead Fresh on right now.
I'm waiting for this dude keep telling me the dry fit material because I wear Under Armour dry fit draws, bro. And I'm waiting for the material to get off the ship so I can make my own draw.
I mean, from like the hat, jacket, shirt, pants, shoes, socks.
The socks.
I mean, that is truly remarkable, man. I mean, to like, you are truly you're a walking billboard. You know, and I know you know that already, but like that is, I'm trying to wrap my mind around how in depth that is. It ain't just wearing a hat or like you all the way through and through.
Yeah.
Like why is that?
Because it was man, I could account it to so many things, bro. But it's just like, for a long time, let's see. I'll give you a scenario. I remember I went to my homie B Jennings party in the hills, and at the time, Pink Dolphin was like a big brand, right?
Right.
Everybody was wearing it, and I remember they were there, and I'm like, all right, they there. I got on my stuff. You know, I came Dead Fresh, but they were there. They had backpacks, bro. They had all this stuff. And I'm just like, man, that is so dope. Like, how the fuck do they got wallets and backpacks?
Right.
You know what I mean? My mind was just blown, bro. And I'm like, just one day, bro. You know what I mean? Like, one day I'm gonna figure it out. And for so long, I just kept telling myself, like, you know, I don't know how. How do you do it? I don't know how. Like, and then during the pandemic, I was just like, you know what, bro? I went to buy Kool Kai's kicks. I went down there to check out his pop-up, and I was like, bro, I'm about to buy his shoes. And all it is a Jordan 1 that he made, right? Much respect, because, I mean, much respect to his hustle.
Right.
But that's what sparked me. It was like, bro, I'm about to buy his shoe, and I have a shoe that I drew. Mind you, I didn't intend on making these an actual shoe.
Right.
It just came from I made a my D logo. This D logo, I turned it into a toy. So I gave him arms, legs, you know that. And he put on shoes, and the guy was like, "What shoes you want him to wear?" And the Carmine Sixes is my favorite Jordan. So I like put the Carmines on him. That shit gonna be hard, bro. Yeah, but people when they got that shirt, they're like, "Oh, I can't wear this shirt unless I got the Carmines." I'm
Right,
like,
right, right,
bro, that
right.
is dumb as fuck. Like, no, you can wear it with
But I
anything.
understand, right? But I get it.
But I'm like, all right, I don't want that to be the case. You know what I mean? So it's
Mhm.
like, how do I solve this solution? Um, I'm like, dude, I wear Cortez all the time. Give them some Cortez.
Mhm.
And I seen it, and I was just sitting there. I'm like, what if people only want to wear Cortez with the shoe?
Right.
So I'm
Same
like,
situation.
let me give it something where it's like ambiguous, or if that's the right word, where something where it's like there's no product they can
Right,
connect it
right,
to where
right,
like,
right.
oh, I gotta wear it with that. So I drew the connected boat star on the shoe and was like, put this shoe on the character. Like that's the shoe I want on him,
Yeah.
so people can't say anything. So when I went to go buy a key shoe, I was like, that shit just hit me like, bro, I got a shoe. And I just bought like 4 pairs of
Why
Cortez
should he
this
not be
year.
on mine? Right. Yeah. Put my shoes on.
So I'm like, fuck it, bro. I'm about to figure this shit out. And my homie Pooh played in China, or he was in China for a minute. And I'm like, bro, you still in China? He said, yeah. I said, you buy this factory? He was like, yeah, that ain't too far from me, bro. Enough said.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm going for it, bro. And I went for it. I was like, look, ripped a silhouette off the internet, deconstructed it, put my logos, everything, sent it to the factory, and just started the process of like making a shoe. And
Yeah.
then it was like, bro, I'm making a shoe. Let me make socks.
And
I can
then it
make a
just kept
wallet,
going.
bro. I broke my wallet. I had a Kome wallet. My wife is like, "Oh, let's get you another one." I'm like, "Nah, I'm gonna
I'm
make
about to
one."
make it. You know, and that's and that I think that's that's the separator right there of that you realizing like, I can create now it's really it's beyond the clothing line. It's a brand,
Yeah,
you know, that people wear, represent, and don't mind representing and are proud of too.
yeah,
Because like you said, you look all over the internet and people are wearing your stuff. Tell
yeah.
me about like a major loss, or if you don't have a major loss, a time when you feel like, man, I'm about to get this shit up.
I say that all the time, because it's hard, bro. People people see us out. They see, they like you said, Rick Ross wearing it, or Hit Boy, or somebody like that, and people like, bro, you just out. You've been on it lately. Like you've been killing them, and I'm like, yeah, but that don't translate to sales, bro. It's just mind share. Like I
Mm.
do that because you are gonna remember that you seen Hit Boy or Rick Ross or somebody like promoting it. So in your mind, that's back there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if it takes you 3 times to see something before you buy it, which is the philosophy, like that's one right there stuck in
Right.
your head. You know what I mean? So now all you gotta do is see somebody else out, like you said, with it
Mm-hmm.
on, and then fuck around and be at a show and see us. And it's like, all right, now I gotta buy something. So that is like that's mainly for mind share. But as far as like how I forgot where I was going with what was the question again?
So I'm like, if like the biggest, if you
The
the
biggest
biggest loss,
loss.
or if you felt like you can answer either one of them or
So
both.
so the biggest loss also comes in that same scenario because I had to get smarter with sending it to people. At first it would be like somebody hit me and be like, "Oh, I'm Future's video man. Uh I could get them some gear." And it's like I go on their page and it's like, "Oh, you are Future's video man, bro. Like for sure. Put together a box of shit, bro. Send it. Future never see that shit. Never touch it."
So
I'm
so
like,
so let me ask you this:
damn, bro.
do the celebrities, do they pay for their product?
Nah. Most of them don't.
Interesting.
Most of them want you to pay them to actually send it.
Because you would think, you know, in the time that we are now, where people are, you know, they go into Gucci or Balenciaga and buy their shit, but they want you to send stuff for free.
Bro. Me and my homie was just talking about that I collab with a lot. Like a few of these cats out here be pump faking. Like they artists and they like, "Oh, send me some gear, bro. I throw it on my story." Or I'm looking for black designers. I'm only wearing black designers promoting, and then you be like, "Oh, bro, I got, here go all my shit. shit dope. What's
And they
your
won't buy it.
send me 500. I'll post it on my story. And it's like, bro, what? I'm about to send you the clothes. Like, you just said you're looking for black designers to promote, but you want me to pay you. Like, damn, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Is there a celebrity who does buy their clothes? Because if not, we want to know people want to know who they are. If it's a celebrity out there that actually do pay for their product, we would like to give them some
Oh yeah,
flowers.
oh yeah, yeah. I ran into a few. Warren G. Uh, Warren G actually called me, bro, and I just like fucking tripped out. I walked around the corner because it's crazy. Because like over there, Snacks is we used to play like you know how they used to turn into the Dobermans and stuff, like
Okay.
Snoop and them.
Uh-huh.
We was going outside doing that, bro. Not playing Power Rangers and stuff. We was like, oh, we gonna be Snoop, Warren G, Char gonna be Lady of Rage. Like we gonna go outside and play Dog Pound or something, right?
Right.
So I was always Warren G because he wasn't like gangster. He was like a nerd, you know. I'm like, I resonate with Warren G. So him and you know, fast forward, I also look at this like a showcase. And I was
Mhm.
gonna say that, I meant to say that before we switched topics, but I was just telling my dad yesterday, like I look at Dead Fresh Crew as like my showcase, bro. It's just like y'all can see what I can do.
Right,
So other
right.
people can come and be like, bro, you make shoes, you make socks, you make hey, bro, I can make anything you want to make.
No,
Like,
no, hey,
you know what I mean?
no,
Like
that's a fact. And you've made almost everything.
I can make anything. So it was like it was more so a showcase in that sense. So like Warren G will pay for his clothes because he sees the value in like what I'm able to do and
Right,
he wants to like build off of that.
right, right.
Rick Ross doesn't pay for his clothes, but he makes it really easy to get it to him, you know. Hit Boy, he did, you know, he made it really easy to get him to him, but he didn't charge us anything. It was just like give him clothes free. He rocked it. Um, Mike and Keys, they buy, you know, they buy our stuff. Uh, I'm trying to think of everybody who like
Because
Watts homie Quan, he buys shit.
see, because I think it's cool that like celebrities or bigger artists buy their shit
Yeah,
and wear it. Like I think it's a different type of impact,
yeah.
because it's also you supporting the brand. I mean, one thing is wearing it, of course, that's support, but like we talked about, like it's money,
It costs to
finance.
get it to you,
It
bro. Like
costs.
it costs me to
It
make
costs you
it
to
and
make
do
it.
everything. So it's like I get that y'all just want to wear it because it's dope, but like you taking food out of my kid's mouth to like give you clothes.
Right. And I'm willing to do it, I'm saying, if you willing so yeah.
At
But
least wear it, tag me. Like that's all. If you're
I
gonna
could
wear it,
imagine though,
tag me, do
they
certain things.
you gotta think of
Sometimes,
how much shit they get sent though. So I get it to a degree
yeah,
too. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Has there ever been a time where you felt like you want to like quit?
Yes. All the time, bro. This should be hard, man. It's not easy running a company. And actually one of my friends came by with his homies, who we helped get stuff to Rick Ross. We helped him get stuff to Rick Ross. He asked us, and to your point, we told him for free how to get the stuff to him. Gave him the game, and when Rick Ross did his video, our stuff was next to his on the floor. Ironically, and he like, damn, bro. Not only did y'all help me get it, our stuff is actually next to each other on the ground. So, like I would say, uh, the biggest loss, right? Is what I'm
No,
supposed to
no.
say.
So like talk to me about the time like you want to give up and like
Oh,
why?
give up. Oh,
Yeah,
so
like just
like
like man, I'm through with this.
so stuff like that. It's like you know, you sending stuff like that to Ross and doing things like that, and people take that on the high. But you know, you come back to reality where it's like, bro, I still gotta live life, bro. Like, you know, pay rent. It's expensive in LA, re-up on my clothes. We've
Hmm.
been on tour. This is a second part of our tour that we started last year. So that's expensive because we're doing that independently. The shoes I did independently, the jacket. I mean, everything I've done is independent, bro. I don't have any like sponsors or anything sending me money. It's just me hustling and taking my money that I do get either from acting because that's what I do as well. I didn't put that in my title
Right,
description,
right,
but
right.
I'm a SAG after a scale like commercial actor, and I take a lot of my residuals from that and just put it into this business. And
I mean, so
a
how,
lot of times I want to quit, bro,
like it's
because
like
it's
what
hard.
like what when was the last time you wanted to quit?
Whew. Yesterday,
What happened?
um, we were in counseling. Hopefully, my wife don't get, you know, I'll be open, but we were in counseling, and a lot of times I feel like the way I try to manage my time, I try to do it as best I can as a entrepreneur, as a self-employed, and a lot of those days are long. I get up at 3 in the morning, 3:30. I go run. I usually get back by like 5. I check the stock market. It opens at 6:30. I usually do that for like 30 minutes. Check my emails. Try to do some designs if I got some inspiration. Write in my journal. I've been keeping my notes. So that's like usually my start to my morning, and then I go in, drop the kids off to school, go into work, prepare to print or ship orders and do stuff like that. Mind you, sometimes I have people to come in and help, but a lot of times it's me doing it. Unless Snacks is not at work, he can come in and help. My nephew helps sometimes, but a lot of times it's like I'm wearing a lot of hats, bro. And my wife goes to work. She works for a large corporation, and then we have our 2 kids. We just had one is 8. So helping one with school, helping the other one, she's young, getting them
Just
together.
like me, bro. My girl's 7 years apart too.
And morning, night.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like that shit is a task. It take time. So when I look up, sometimes I done dropped the baby off at school. I brought the other one to daycare, and then I go into work, and it's like 10 o'clock. Mind you, I've been up since 3, so it's already 7 hours.
Right, right, right,
So
right.
now I'm about to go do some physical labor or draw, do whatever I need to do, or do stuff like this. Go downtown, check on stuff, pick up blanks, things like that.
So what was it? Just like you just tired of doing it by yourself? That's why you wanted to give
I
up,
get
or
burned out. Like I just
yeah,
posted on my story. I'm like, I'm burned out. I seen Hit Boy he was like, man, I produce for this person because I produce for other people too. So
right,
I've done work for Slam Magazine, like just other organizations where
for
I
sure,
print their stuff
right.
and other local brands. So when it's just me, I get burned out, bro. It's like fuck. I print your stuff, and then damn, I gotta fill these orders. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Go to the show, 2 shows this weekend. Make sure we prep for that, and we do everything, bro. From the bags that people walk away with, take pictures. I'm printing all of that. Nothing is outsourced, other
Wow.
than like we getting the blanks and stuff.
So like, what did you what feeling overcame you? You was like, okay, I'm done with this, or like, man, I'm
Yeah, I
just
just
about to
wanted to. I
just.
was like, "Fuck, bro, I want another job. I'm gonna go get a real fucking job. Fuck this shit." Because my wife is always like, "Bro, you don't like your time is not well spent. Like you don't." Her thing is like, you don't pay me enough attention, and that was the big topic of our counseling yesterday. Was like, you don't pay me attention. Like you don't see that I'm having anxiety. You don't ask like how my day is going. You come home, you up at 3, you get home at 6, you take a shower, eat, and then it's like you
You
tired,
tired? It's
bro.
time to go to
So it's
sleep.
like
Yeah,
I'll be talking to you, but you be damn near half sleep. And I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, bro, I'll be tired, man. Like I've been up for 16 hours already.
yeah.
And like I would like to get these 8 hours of sleep, but we have a 1 year old that sleeps with us. So
It's not happening.
I'm not getting 8 hours of
Yeah,
sleep. I'm gonna get 4. So and then, our oldest is gonna be like, I had a nightmare. I want to come lay in here. So I get kicked out the bed. They all in the bed. I just go lay on the couch for a second until, I go run or something like that. So I'd be like, dude, I'm working on 4 hours of sleep and 16 hours of work. And I'd be tired, bro. I'm like, I
nah,
don't want to do this shit.
and I came to the realization within the last year too of like, man, like I can't keep working this hard, like because time is now, like y'all hold, like you said, like
Whew.
you and your wife, y'all marriage is happening now. There is no future, it's only now, right?
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, man, that's super important. I can understand that, it's overwhelming for sure,
It's an amazing interview. Yeah, we about to get to the good
right?
stuff. But yes, bro, it's over. And just trying to balance that life balance with my wife, doing my work, like making sure everything is always in order. I get burned out sometimes, bro. Like a lot.
What's the hardest part about being a father?
The hardest part about being a
Yeah.
father, I would say for me, patience, bro. My patience lately, and that's honestly right now I'm on a fast. And hopefully I don't look like it, but I'm trying to like to not wear it and be like, I'm on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on a fast just to try to get more control of like my attitude and my reactions because I'm very reactive,
Mm-hmm.
and that's uh, that's how I've been a lot lately, and I know that's not me. You know what I mean? Like I can be reactive, but the real peaceful me takes time. You know what I mean? I before I react, I think I do certain things, but I've been so on edge that I just, whatever it is, I'm just reactive. Like
And I'm
I
thinking,
don't like it.
I think it's good that people hear this because, like you said, that they'll see the results, that they'll see your clothes, they'll see them all over the place, and they'll just be thinking like,
Oh, you up?
you have to be living this amazing, peaceful life
You up?
because you up. But this is a real situation where you're like, bro, the other day I was about to,
Yesterday.
yeah, I'm about to, throw in the towel just because, yeah, it is exhausting being an entrepreneur, a father, and a husband. I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, I'm right there with you.
And you try to provide for, uh pay the bill. My wife, we got our situation worked out. But you have other things, things come up, bro. And at the end of the day, you're expected to be able to figure that out. And a lot of times, bro, I don't have the answer, but I'm actively trying to come up one and figure it out. It is
Nah,
like
man.
they
Hey,
expecting that from you. It's like, bro,
yeah.
I need that answer though. It's
Um,
like,
what's the what's the goal for Dead Fresh Crew that you have in mind?
to be vertically integrated. So my goal is to build my own factory. Right now I just do screen printing in house, and that's fully. So prior to that, I was like a little wet behind the ears. I didn't make my own screens. I really didn't price well. I didn't know how to screen print that good. And then I ran into a mentor in 2018, 2019, who really like took me to the next level and gave me like the game and like what direction I should go in. So now seeing his shop, he doesn't have a brand. He just strictly does printing for other people. But I'm like, if I add on what I do on top of what he does, I can see the level of max, like how I can max that out. So now I want to have the screen printing, but me not printing. You know what I mean? Like half hired people
Right,
printing.
right.
I could just draw. Have embroidery because I did an internship where I did a year of work on like a head embroidery machine, so I know how to work that. I could teach somebody how to work that. And just have everything in house, sublimation, like everything I'm able to do as far as printing, just be a one stop shop. So that way I don't have to go anywhere else other than like if I want to make a shoe or a wallet or something cool.
Right,
But
right. Something out of the ordinary,
yeah,
right? Or something that's not as, I guess, constant. Apparel is always moving, shirts and jackets and
yeah.
whatnot, hats.
I just want to be able to make all that stuff, DTG, embroidery, screen
Right.
print, like all just in one house.
And I just got hip. I got me a press now. You know what I mean?
Hey.
So yeah, I definitely learned some stuff
The
from
heat
you as
press
well.
or
I
a
got a
silk
heat
screen?
press.
Yeah,
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 I got
yeah,
a
yeah.
heat press, man.
Use super color, man.
That's all I go to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super
they
color is hard.
man,
And
they
transfer express.
for real, man. They make it easy. So
Yeah.
I want to ask you from last year. Just last year it was 2000. We're in 2023 now. 2022. What was your biggest win? You would say last year.
22. Mm, did we do some- No, that was 21. 22 with the clothes or just in
In
general?
general.
Oh, damn, I gotta think about the
I
year.
mean,
I think the tour, bro.
okay.
We
Talk to me
did
about the tour. What is that exactly?
our we got the best thing smoking tour going, right? And that came from Young Dro. That was his
Mm.
album title,
Yeah,
Best Thing
Young Joe
Smoking.
was cracking too.
Yeah. So we gonna pay homage to that beginning era of like us getting the name from him. So we called it the Best Thing Smoking Tour. And we started that April on 420 last year. Um we did the weed collab with there was a client I had for like 3 years. He owns a weed shop called Skunk Masters. Check him out, Skunk Masters in Oxnard. Shout out to my guy Mark Tatum.
Now, when you say show, you mean like fashion show? Um,
Like pop-up shows.
okay,
So
all
we
right,
got pop-ups. We've been
right,
for last year, every weekend. We had a show every weekend last year.
okay,
At least one show every weekend last year. We were outside, just at like a flea market or a pop-up or something like that. So when I say the tour, that's what I'm speaking of. Like us just hitting up a bunch of different spots, setting up, and really growing our brand organically in front of the people
right.
instead of just like relying on. I call it like Instagram ad on steroids, right? Because you go to these black, like let's say for instance, Black on the Block and Black Market Flea, right? I pay 150 to get in Black Market Flea. I pay we pay 400 to get in Black on the Block, but we get in front of maybe 6,000 people, 7,000 people
Right.
live, like
Right.
live people walking through. We
Right.
talking to them. We got our NFC card. We tapping, check out our Instagram. Giving them the story. So it's like I look at that like a Instagram ad on drugs, and that's like really what we focused on last year because we have a mentor. Shout out to Harold Lilly from Hardcover. Um, he's dope, bro. He's Grammy nominated or Grammy winning songwriter, artist. Wrote for crazy Beyonce, Alicia Keys, Jamie Foxx, Mario, all your favorite
Yeah.
R&B
Yeah.
songs he wrote.
No.
He mentors us, right? But he's the one I'm bringing him up because he sparked us on this tour. Like he comes frequently and visits and like, oh, I'm gonna give y'all just talk to y'all. And his biggest thing, bro, and for everybody out there, man, selling anything, this shit works, bro. His biggest thing to us was tell a story, bro. Tell your story.
Yeah.
Tell your story. And he was like, you live in LA. It's the land of fucking stories. Tell your story, bro. Tell your story, regardless of what it is, tell it. And he hammered that home. He was like, bro, get a calendar out, right? Every day that's important, like every show that y'all want to do, even if y'all not gonna do it, right? Go off all the holidays, NBA All-Star, right? All of that. So y'all know what's going on. And then build around that calendar, bro, and just be out. And we took that shit literal, bro. And we were out every weekend. And we told like the storytelling part is the part that I want to emphasize though. He told us to tell a story of the beginning of the brand, right? Or just tell stories in the product. Like, don't, when people are coming to you, don't sell them a product, bro.
Sell them
Sell
a
them the
story.
story. Tell them
Mm.
the story.
It's really like sell them the story
Sell them
almost.
the dude.
Yeah.
And I thought, and Nike does this shit so well, bro. The shoe is cool, but we always hear about where the person came from, how hard it was. We
Nike
had this.
never promotes a product. I say this all the time. Nike never promotes a product. They promote a lifestyle.
They tell the
Yeah,
story, bro.
you're right. You're
And
right.
that shit works, bro. It
Huh.
works to the point where we have on the back of this shirt I have on now, there's a collage. It's an 86 collage, right? And the story goes, I started the website in Portugal sleeping on my cousin's couch, like broke as fuck, right? I went to Portugal on a one-way trip with the last bit of money I got from like an AT&T ad I did, right? And I was like, I'm gonna just use all this money to go work on my business. But I gotta go out the country. Like I can't do this shit here because there's too many distractions. My girlfriend, like all of this. So I up and left, bro. For the plan was to go for 90 days. I was there for 6 weeks. Before I ran out of all my money. But there is where I like built all like a lot of my character, bro. Like as far as like who I am today, as far as a businessman, entrepreneur, person, really. Um, in that trip, I was staying with a girl and she didn't speak English, but she was a family friend, my cousin's friend from Spain who came out here on like school visa or something like that. But however it worked out, I ended up having this girl in Spain that I can go live with. I stayed with her for like 4 days, bro. I'm in Spain. Um, she tells me, "Oh, my parents are coming. You might have to leave for a little." And I'm like, "Okay, like hide my clothes and stuff so they don't know I'm here." And she's like, "No, they're moving back here, so you have to like leave." And I'm like, "Well, I'm from America, right? I'm from here. I don't have
Right.
anywhere to go." And she's like, "I know, but yeah, you can't
You
stay
gotta
here."
bounce.
And that sparked a lot. That sparked everything you guys see now, because there wouldn't be a website without that. Because that forced me to go live in a hostel in Spain for like
Wow.
3 weeks, bro.
Wow.
And I was sleeping. Like this experience was amazing because like I ended up realizing one. Me and my homie was talking about this the other day, how well black people are treated outside of America.
Right. Right.
And then
Right.
you come home and
It's
it's like,
totally different.
actually, Harold was telling me that, my mentor who I was just talking about. He was just telling me that. Like he was talking about the nation, bro. He got to meet with Lewis. Sorry, I'm like going off so many, but he got to meet with Farrakhan. And I thought that shit was amazing. Farrakhan called for him to come to Chicago, bro. And
That's dope.
he was just showing me, like, he came back and was telling me everything that was going on, like giving me scriptures from the Quran, how they relate to the Bible, just stuff he was learning. And I was like, man, it was so interesting. And he was saying how a lot of those people who started the nation, just like a lot of army soldiers go overseas and then they come back, and
I
then
mean,
it's like that
you know,
contrast.
it's a fish don't know it's in water until you put it on land.
Oh,
So
bro, that's a bar.
yeah, for real. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't know what you don't know what you're in until you're out of it for sure. And that's
And bro, that shit shaped, like, I'm gonna double back to the storytelling part, but that shaped a lot of like what you see sitting here right now, because I seen that even down to the point where I tell people, bro, when I finally left the hostel and I was able to go get to Portugal, finally Lisbon, and meet my family there, like, mind you, they took me in like they had known me my whole life. So that was like mind blowing, because it was just like, it's like I known y'all already. It's like we just picked up where we
right.
left off. But he was like, I'm gonna take you around to the oldest church in Portugal. And I said, okay, cool. That sounds interesting. And we went there and we showed up, and then we walked in this church. And mind you, we were probably the only black people in there. It was Asians, whites, just all other ethnicities, right? Ethnicities. And we're looking at this statue. I'm like, is this Jesus, bro? And he's like, yeah, it's Jesus. And I was like, I look around, all the people looking, taking pictures and shit. And I'm like, am I tripping, bro? Or do he look like me and you? And they don't care? Or am I just bugging? Because I don't see this in where I'm from.
Wow.
I don't see this, bro. Like,
So
I don't
it
see
was
this
like a
statue
black
right here.
Jesus.
It was black Jesus in the oldest church, bro.
Wow.
And he looked black. I'm not even gonna cap. He looked black. I'm like, he looks like me and you, bro. He don't look like them. And they taking pictures. Do they care? Do they not care? Do they notice it? He like, I see what you see, but
That's very
so
interesting.
that, like, when my mentor was telling me just that stuff about like being overseas and being received different, I'm like, bro, we are. So when I came back here, it was hard for me, bro. That adjustment was hard, because you come back to a place where you hate it, basically. By a
No,
lot
and that's and that's why a lot of army vets come back over here and
and
they
be
and yeah and they get that same experience.
be fucked up, bro.
I want to ask you two more questions. One being you online you have a habit of giving away a lot of game to people and sharing and really putting people on.
Yeah.
And we talked about that a little bit earlier. Sometimes you give too much game
Yeah.
out. Do you feel like you need to scale back from giving so much game out for free, or you need to continue to be, I guess, what I want to say, everybody's Robin Hood?
uh nah, I don't want to be no Robin Hood. Nah, I probably need to scale back and figure out a way to, like you said, still give them a little bit, but not give away everything. I mean, like, even like the story of like, hey, you should tell a story with your products. That's free game. I mean,
Right. No, real talk. Yeah. But which is fine. That's fine.
that's
Because
like
that's
light
that.
though. That's
Yeah,
light.
that's
Yeah,
light.
it's not like,
But you actually going, when I talk about you getting people free game, you're not just like saying it. Like you pulling up screen, you showing
yeah,
them this the website you go to, this who you got to talk to, this how much
yeah,
it's gonna cost, this is
yeah,
where you got to send it, this is
yeah,
the address. I mean, literally from end to end,
yeah.
you're giving people details on how to make anything that they want. Because
And
people
people
ask
still
you.
be like, "So what do I got to do again?"
You're
I'm
like, just
like,
watch the
bro,
video.
I'm like, nigga, all I need to see is a logo of where somebody at, nigga, and I'm figuring it out.
Why do you give away? Why do you? And I think I may know the answer, but I want to hear you answer. Why do you share so much about how to do what you do?
Nobody did that for me, bro. Uh, I asked a ton of people, like, where to get stuff done, where to get shoes, backpacks, where can I make a hat from scratch, where can I make a Letterman jacket, where can I make everything, and then people just be silent, bro. They just look at you like, "Mm, I got a homie." It's like, all right, where your homie at? It's like, well, bro only do like, it's like, all right, never mind, bro. So I know that it's hard for people to get information, like, just to start. And I know everybody's not going to do the work to actually put the information to use. So I could put it out there, but maybe four people are going to go do it. Like, everybody on that video is not going to do it. So I just figure, like, man, how can I get like gain some authenticity? Not that I don't have it, but just like kind of be that beacon of light. Like, damn, if I can't figure something out, who do I ask? And it's kind of come to that point where people are like, damn, bro, I wanted to make something, but you the only person who will actually like tell me where to do it. And it's like, yeah, everybody else gonna charge you $500. They like, yeah.
For sure.
So I'm like, you know what? I'll do that for a moment, but
Well, you've been doing that for a while. You've been giving away. You've been telling people what to do and how to do it for years now. At this point.
Yeah, yeah, and I should definitely switch that up. But it comes from it comes from a place of like, bro, I don't know. I just know what it is to be that like I said, that same person that was in the party looking at Pink Dolphin backpacks and stuff. Like, man, and knowing that like I didn't go up and ask him to take the chance, but knowing that if I did, I probably wouldn't have got the answer. You know what I mean? So it's like I didn't want to look stupid doing it. I probably should have just did it anyway. But 9 times out of 10, they probably wasn't gonna tell me. Being another designer, I'm competition, so they're not gonna tell me. But
Naturally.
for me, it's like, man, they print money every day, bro. They prove that, we be in debt. They just all these debts, but they print money every day. So it's like, if I give somebody the game, is that taken away from me? Is that taken away from my pockets? If they print money every day, no. If I'm outside getting it, and then I have people who come to the shows like, yo, I'm coming to buy something because I do what you do, and you giving me game. I'm new, so I want to support. I've had people come to keep coming back to the shows like, yo, I'm gonna keep buying stuff because you're helping me like do my shit for free when you should be charging. I'm
Right,
like,
right. No, hey man, like
wow, thank you, man.
man, I've seen you, like I said, give detailed instructions on telling people what they should do, how they should do it, and like I said, man, I definitely commend you. But I will have to agree with you and be like, man, you gotta start charging for some of that stuff because it ain't taking money, or it ain't taking away from you, but it ain't adding either. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
it's not making me more money, but it's like I guess it goes back to that person that was stuck in Spain, bro. Like
Mm,
that experience really changed me a lot. Like I was about to sleep on the street, bro. I lost my wallet out there, about to go to Portugal. I lost my wallet, and I was about to sleep on the street. I got made it all the way to the airport. I missed my flight to Portugal, and I was stuck. I didn't have no phone. I didn't take a phone. I didn't take anything, bro. I just had a laptop, but I didn't have service like internet and stuff. So imagine in that moment, I'm sitting there in the airport, and there's nobody. You know what I mean? There's
right. Nobody can
nobody who
speak
can
in
help
English,
me.
right?
There's nobody can help me, bro. And in that moment, I just realized like who I was. That same person that was willing to wear that one outfit, for a few months. I was still that same person, just trying to figure out how to get to the next level. So in that moment, I threw away everything, bro. Again, I was back to that person with one outfit. I threw away
Right.
all my clothes. I threw away everything, bro. And I walked back from BCN Airport back to uh Plaza Catalunya, which was like 4 hour walk, bro.
Wow.
And well, I did walk the whole way. I walked about 3 hours until I seen somebody at a gas station cleaning it. And I was like, hey man, I don't got no money. I'm lost. Do you have any money so I can get back to Plaza Catalunya? And she was like, you still got a few hours walking. It's about to be dark. And no, I don't have any money, and you can't use the phone. Mind you, this was all broken English because she
Right.
didn't speak English, but it was enough for me to understand. But I just started thinking about people who had helped me, bro.
Right.
And
Right.
in that moment of me being lost, my neighbor had gave me a bunch of coins because he played football overseas in Europe. And he gave me a bunch of just random coins from all the countries he went to. So in that moment where I didn't have money to get back and I was about to be sleeping on the street, I'm like, oh shit, the homie gave me some coins. I wonder if one of them is a euro to get on the bus. And it was. I had €1, bro, literally, to get on the bus to go back. And then I got
Wow.
back to the hostel and my wallet. I had left my wallet there, but the hostel was booked. So I had to sleep on the floor in the manager's office. They
Wow.
just gave me a sheet and like it's the best we could do. You could sleep on the floor. At least you won't be outside. I'm
Right.
like, shit, I was about
I'll
to sleep
take it. Right.
outside. So this is
That's
way
deep.
better.
Right.
And
Man.
I slept on the floor until I got my next flight the next morning and I caught the flu. I got on Ryanair, which is like a terrible airline. They tried to put standing room only on the
Oh my
airline.
gosh.
So just imagine how bad that flight was. And then that's when I met my family and they like treated me like they know me my whole life and took me to see that Jesus. And then maybe it's just a sign of the omens, Like I just don't take these too serious. Like giving away game is like, oh, I'm doing something like, oh, I should be charging these people
Right.
because in that moment, I guess I could relate it back to that same moment where when we left that church, he took me to I had a vision board. And this is like for any of y'all that don't believe in vision boards, I highly suggest that you do it because this one moment fully made me believe in vision board. So I had this vision board before I had a passport, anything, went to Spain. I said, I'm gonna go to Portugal. And I Googled a landmark in Portugal. It was the Belém Tower. It was like the best one I could find. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just use that one. And I said, if I ever make it to this tower, I would have met my family in Portugal before I had a passport or anything. So I go, all of that stuff happens, and then I finally get to Portugal, right? And my cousin, after taking me to the church, he's like, I'm gonna take you to see something else, right? So we walking and we get to this tower, bro, and I look up and I look and I'm like, holy fuck. And he's like, I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm like, huh? He's like, I'm gonna leave you alone. It just feels like I should leave you alone. I'm like, okay. And then I just like start tripping out, bro. I'm like, I'm really at this tower. I really met my family. I'm in Portugal. Like all the stuff that I said, if I get here happens, it happened. And I'm here standing looking at it, bro.
Right.
And I picked up a rock that I kept. And I'm like, I'm gonna keep this for my. And then when we walked away, I'm like, bro, why did you leave me? Like, why did you walk away? And he's like, I just felt the energy. Like something was telling me to leave you alone. And I'm like, well, it's weird because this tower is on my vision board, bro.
Right. Right.
And you doing that, it's just like, I don't know how you got that energy. He was like, and I never knew about omens before this, but he was like, do you believe in omens? And I was like, nah, what is that? And he was like signs of good things to come. I'm like, okay, yeah, I believe in that. And he was like, well, I'm gonna trip you out even more. This tower is on a boat dock. And I'm like, okay. He was like, it's called the Daca do Boom Sucesso, right? In Spanish. Daca, D-O-C-A, do D-O, boom, B-O-M, Sucesso, S-U-C-E-S-S-O. And he said that stands for the Dock of Great Success. So how trippy is that? I was like, damn.
Nah, that's deep, man. Nah, yes, man.
I was like, if that's an omen for me, then hell yeah,
Yeah.
I'm taking it. But I say that to say, like, I guess it's those moments where it's like, I bet on myself largely and took chances that most people wouldn't take to put myself in situations that were like hard, you know, because
Right. Right.
I needed to see my character like and what that was, like prove that to myself. And just helping people with stuff like that, like tell like, damn, bro, I figured out this shoe factory. I know how hard it was, the back and forth, late nights talking to China. My wife think I'm texting somebody else on the phone, like
Right. Right. And that's real. Yeah. Yeah. No, you got to stay up. Yeah, you
But
got to stay up. Yeah.
I'm like, if y'all willing to put in that work, you could do it too. And that's pretty much what I was trying to show him. Like, not only that, bro, I'm gonna be different than everybody y'all see on here, and I'm gonna tell you where to go do it, bro. Like, here's where
And
you go do it at,
and
this
you
how
do.
much it's gonna
No,
cost.
and like I
This is
said,
everything.
you give a person a detailed description from beginning to the end, and
Yeah.
that is, and you do it in a short period of time, and it's easy for people, and you make it seem easy. Like I said, so as well,
Yeah.
like you
Make
do.
it seem
You're like, yo,
easy,
this is all you
yeah.
got to do. You want to make your own shoebox? That's all you got to do. You know.
Yeah.
So I think that's really dope. But like I said, I definitely think at this point, man, like you've done it so much that I think that you did your knowledge. You know what I mean? That you gained. You know, you have to go get it. You have to work for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So not saying that you shouldn't give it away, but I think that people should earn it.
Yeah.
You know, a little
And I
bit more.
started to.
You know what I
I
mean?
got a couple
People should earn it.
digital I got a couple digital downloads that I've been doing. I just added my air freshener one. Well, the guy on Fiverr is working on the mock-up box, but
Okay. Yes. Yeah. And see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like some people can earn it,
yeah,
because that's still your time.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's your time, your energy. You know, and people gonna ask follow up questions.
yeah,
There's a lot that goes with that. So,
yeah.
I want to ask my last question. And this is you know, you can just answer a blanket, you know, blanket statement if you this was your last opportunity to tell your family and friends, the ones who are really close to you, if you would leave them with a message from Johnnie Fresco, what would it be?
Ooh, we at the end already. I was having a good time. uh, yeah, I feel like we have so much more to say.
I know, man. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy how hours go by so fast, man.
What would I leave them with? I love them first and foremost. Thank you, because I feel like a lot of them believe in what I do. I get a lot of help from my family, especially when I have crazy times like doing stuff for Slam. They'll all drop what they're doing, come help me pack stuff. So I love y'all for that, man. I'll forever be indebted to that. I'm super grateful for y'all support. To my family, my wife, my kids, I love y'all. Thank you. I know a lot of times daddy could be away, husband, out working and stuff, but I'm always thinking and talking about y'all. Anybody I see, any baby I see that reminds me of my kids and stuff, bro. I'm just like, we thinking about the kids. Oh, me and my boy got two daughters. Like, I'm always thinking about it. So I love y'all. I love y'all support. Thank you. I hope I've been like a great example of, just like a lighthouse and not the battleship is usually what I pray for. I ask to be the lighthouse to guide the ships in instead of being a battleship to blow them up. So hopefully I'm your lighthouse, and I could just be that stable thing that's just like anytime you off center, you can look at me and say, you know what, Johnny always brings me back to center somehow, like with his calmness and with his like just being proactive and positive outlook on life and just do it attitude. I just want y'all to take that and just maximize it out because I love y'all. Y'all made me who I am. Down to my parents, brothers, sisters, everything. Like even in recent times, a lot of information that I found out recently about my family. Like I just love y'all for holding me down because God don't make no mistakes, bro. And my family is my family. Not well. How do I want to say this? My family is my family, not by mistake. And I feel like, mm, I guess I'm trying to say it without saying too much. Like I'm grateful for my dad, my mom, my wife, who's there to be vulnerable for allow me to be vulnerable and cry and be open and talk about deep things that are like I don't even tell my best friends. You know what I mean? And just thank you for being that rock for me and being solid and always being there to listen, always being there to comfort me, always being there to push me to greatness and challenge like anytime I'm feeling complacent or anytime I'm feeling like, I've done enough, you always there to push me to be better. And just as far as my family too, my dad, thank you. You're a superhero. I appreciate you. You've done every single thing that you could do to raise me into a great young man. And I know that you've sacrificed tremendously to do that, tremendously. And I thank you for that, man, because you didn't have to be a stand up guy and be that because you didn't have a dad. So the example you gave me as a dad is like, I was swear you was like the best superhero in my life. Mom, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, we had some rough times and stuff, but I know it all came from love in a place of like making sure we had stability and stuff. Like things weren't always perfect. I wasn't always aware of everything that was going on, but I know at the end of the day, it was done to get us to this point. And I can't complain, bro. I really can't complain. My siblings love me dearly. My kids love me dearly. Um, I, there's no lack of love in my life. I feel that, and just shit. I don't. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for making me who I am today, for real. Because I honestly wouldn't be who I am today without y'all, bro. And that's not just saying that just to say it. It's like for real, like for real. My morals, my values, everything. And we had a hard. I mean, bro, we got rocked this month with like last month with like some family shit that would have like ripped some fucking families apart, bro. So I'm sitting here saying that, like smiling and stuff, like holding back a bunch of like trying to be careful with my words because
Yeah.
man, my family is amazing, bro, and just how they held me down
And,
because it could
and
be a lot different,
the crazy
honestly.
thing is that the only way to get stronger is to add more weight. Is that interesting?
Yeah, man.
So when that happens, you
Ooh, let me write that.
yes, right. That's the only way. So whatever the family goes through, as long as y'all make it to the other side, now y'all are stronger than y'all have ever been.
Yeah,
So
and that's
congratulations.
and that's the part that's like I'm sorry if we going longer, but that's the part like this conversation, bro, is the one that could be like maybe off mic, I'll tell you, but this conversation is one that's like, bro, yeah, yeah, because yeah, like don't be afraid to have them hard conversations, man. Like with anybody in your life, especially if you ain't talked to them in a while or it's something you got under there that you don't, you just been holding on to. Like this is I was holding on to something for 20 years, bro, since I was 16 years old. And you gotta have that hard conversation, bro. Because being on the other side of it now, it's like it was hard. It was to have that conversation and look those people in the eye and put the truth on the table and then not know how that shit is gonna go at the end. Like I don't know how everybody else is gonna react to this is scary as fuck. And I feel like a lot of people put that off because of that very fact that it's like it's gonna hurt me, it's probably gonna hurt somebody else. It's gonna be scary because people have their own minds, they can make their own decision. And it's hard, man. It's hard having those hard conversations, but for with the people you love, like do that, man. It's worth it. Time is of the essence. Like you don't get time back. When people leave, you don't get them back. You know what I mean? So it's like go have that hard conversation and just put it all out there, bro. Because like you said, on the other side of that, you stronger. And it's worth it, bro. It's worth it.
Nah, I would agree
It's
with you,
worth
man. And
it.
I'm glad that you shared that message because that's something I think I'll definitely make clip up and put on Instagram. Just that piece. I like that piece because that resonates with a lot of people. And I think somebody for sure gonna see it and gonna need that.
Yeah.
What you just shared with them. So
Yeah. Cry,
um
man. Cry.
yeah, no, you
It's
got to,
okay.
man. It's all right, man. Hey man, this is that couch has seen many tears, man. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Johnny,
That's why I'm
bro.
like, I don't want to say. Like, if I
Yeah.
start talking about the whole thing, I might start crying too. That's why I'm like, I'll
Man,
just keep
if
it
you do,
general.
man, it's all good, man. But I want to say, man, I definitely appreciate you coming through, man. Appreciate your time, appreciate your grace, appreciate your essence, appreciate your excellence.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate your
Likewise.
greatness, man. I appreciate you being who you are, as a father, as a husband, as an entrepreneur, businessman. I've been able to see you, what I'm saying, for the last, past 8 years since probably we met, really,
Yeah.
and I've been able to see you elevate your game for the 100th time. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise, bro.
So,
I'm sitting in a different. I ain't at the house. I ain't
so
at the house.
man, I'm proud of you, man, and thank you so much for coming here. And ladies and gentlemen,
Absolutely.
you have just been introduced to Johnnie Fresco from Dead Fresh Crew.
Yes, sir.